Hi and welcome. My name is Thomas Rosenstand and I'm the inventor of DC Finder software. I'm going to show you very briefly how this magnificent software works. I say that if you work with SEO or web development of any kind, you can literally save hundreds of hours every year using this software. This software will find every possible type of duplicate content issues that you can have on your website, whatever it's online or it's on your own computer or it's on a development server. And you can save huge amounts of time and money by eliminating those problems before you go online. I'm pretty sure you already know about that. I'm going to click Site Management and I'm going to click New, and I'm going to put in here test site, and I'm going to parse in this URL. I better tell you, I've set up a very small kind of e-commerce platform. It's online on development server. There are 3 products in it. It's made just for the purpose here, so well, it's not that big. All the settings here I'll leave default. Minimum match 75%. I respect robots.txt, no index tags. I respect canonical URL tags if there are any. So I'll click Save and Scan. And let's see what happens. DC Finder now crawls the entire website and finds all links and follows them. Please note here that there's a difference between crawled links and allowed links. That's because we respect the canonical URL and we respect robots.txt and no index in the header. So that's why there's a difference, just so you know. If there are any page errors, which there wasn't, they would be shown as well. This is the result. It took 25 seconds. The crawler has found 356 URLs on the website. I want to crawl all 356 again and content scan them. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to click Scan Content. DC Finder tells me that this process might take a while. It's a very, very polite software telling you what it's doing, just so you know. Now, what happens here is that DC Finder is saving the content of every single URL down to the local database here on my computer. And as soon as it's finished, it will start content scanning. The content scan of this particular demo site won't take very long. I think it will be around 40-45 seconds, maybe 50 seconds. Let me warn you right away, if you have a large e-commerce site or website, this process might take hours, even up to a day or so. But remember that you can just leave your computer doing this while you're doing whatever else you want to do. You're going to save a lot of time. I estimate that I have spent literally thousands of hours during the past 12 years doing SEO, finding the duplicate content first and foremost, and find out why is it there. Is it because of a lazy copywriter? Is it because of a mistaken copywriter? Or is it because of errors in the software? Very often it is actually errors on the platform software, because you know, if you have a group of products, you can sort by price, you can sort by size or whatever, and you create a new URL every time, in most cases. But the content that Google and Yahoo, Bing can read is exactly the same, and that's why we get a duplicate content problem. Okay, this is the result. As you can see here, all that mumbo jumbo up here, forget about it. It's because it's a demo site, so let's just forget about that. What's interesting here is this. This is the 3 products that I put on this site: widget blue, widget green, widget red. DC Finder tells me here that there's an 80.88 similarity between these 3 pages. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to click on one of these pages, and I'm pretty sure actually that I clicked the wrong one. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I'm going to click on this page, and now DC Finder will render the page for me and show me visually where is the duplicate content. I'm looking at widget green, And as you see here, everything marked with yellow has been found on other URLs on this site. And this is a pretty normal thing to see actually, because now this is a chair, but it could be a green chair, and you could have a blue chair, and you could have a red chair. The product is exactly the same except for the color. So the product description very often is exactly the same, and that's where you go so terrible wrong. This means that if you have these three products with the exact same product description except for the color here and here, Google, Yahoo, Bing will have to deem 2 of the 3 URLs as duplicate content, and they will not show them in their index. That's what happens. In this particular case, the duplicate content is here because I have reused the product description. The only thing I've changed on each of the variants of the product is the color. So what could I do here to remedy this? I could rewrite the product descriptions on 2 of the 3 products, and I would be home free, and I could get visibility in the search engines for my widget green, my widget blue, and my widget red. I can click up here, click here for detailed information, and what it tells me is that this particular URL is 78.79% similar to Shop Widget Blue. 27 of the 34 phrases in this page are similar to the URL above. Okay, this is great. This means that I can identify exactly where my problems is. They have different page titles, as you can see here: widget blue, nice widget for private households, and nice widget in red, but they are still deemed as duplicate content, because even though that you might have different page titles, if the content is the same or almost the same, the search engines will see this as duplicate content. And this is where DC Finder separates itself from other software on the market that can actually find, shall we say, replicas of the same page title. But you don't need to have the same page title to have duplicate content. As you can see here, I can have a slider here where I can adjust the match percent. Let's see what happens if I mark up these 3 products and put this to, let's say, 90% instead, and run a rescan. You noticed now that the software told me this process will only take a short while. It is, as I told you earlier, a very polite software. Look what happened now. Content scan, result yields no duplicates. Why? I ran the test on these 3 URLs, yes, but I set the match percent to 90%. I already know that this was 80.88%. So that means that, should we test this while I'm doing the video? Have I got the guts? Oh yeah, I do. I put the slider to 82%. And now I really hope that it will yield no duplicates. It didn't. What happened here? Okay, now this gets interesting, and this is where you can really fine-tune stuff. Because now we have only 2 URLs. One is gone. We have a similarity of 82.35% between the widget blue and the widget red. And now I better confess, I knew that this was going to happen already. So let's try it again and put the slider to 85%. Mark up these 2 and rescan. So, content scanned, result yields no duplicates, because now I have put the slider to 85%. Now maybe you want to ask me, okay, what percentage should I actually use to be sure in respect of the search engines? I don't know for sure. I have a personal setting that says maximum 40-45%. Some of my colleagues would say 35, others would say 65. You find your way. I can't tell you any better than that, because only Google can actually tell us for sure exactly how it is. Well, I can say save to session here, and everything is now saved, and I can go into my reports and click here, and now I can export these data to CSV format so you can import it into Excel. You can make a nice report for your customers or whatever you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this very brief walkthrough of DC Finder Advanced. Let me tell you, on the website, all the help files are available at dcfinder.com. You can even download the full help manual as a PDF file. There's an FAQ on the website as well, and we have a support function, so don't worry, no matter what happens, you can get results from using DC Finder. You have my word on that. Take care, have a great day, and start finding duplicate content today.